Hey guys, Baumhardt here. So for today's knife of the week, got this custom Bowie knife here that I wanted to show you guys. So for those unfamiliar, knife of the week is just me showing a blade that I have made without showing the making of the building process. And so this is one that was a custom request. I had a customer reach out to me and asked him to make him a kind of a specific Bowie knife. He showed me some examples of some James Keating and Bill Bagwell type knives, and then also a blade that kind of had a spiky guard that he wanted me to do. So hence the spikes on this guard here. Stylistically, it's similar to what he had in mind. It's not exactly. They were pretty big spikes that in the example that he showed me. I think this fits this type of blade a little bit better. He wanted a longer false edge, so this goes almost halfway down the blade, and then he wanted a Spanish notch, and I believe just sort of the layout of the ricasso in terms of the shape of the design. He also wanted a bird's beak type handle, and I believe that was a James Keating knife he showed me. So I made mine a little bit more three-dimensional, and I'm really happy with the way it came out. You see it kind of has a swell in the center, and then it flares out at the end. Fits really good in the hand, locks in well. Any of these palm swell grips really lock in. And from doing the cutting test on the sapling in my backyard here, very comfortable handle. You know, wasn't using it for a long period of time, but handle's curly maple. Stained it with some Fibulings leather dye, and then put a coat of brie wax on there, which gives it that kind of glossy sheen to it. But I think the curly maple came out really well. You know, it just kind of has that old world look, like a lot of muzzleloading stocks from the 1800s. And then for the sheath, we ended up doing black leather, but he specifically wanted something that had the frog stud that he could slide into a belt. I also offered to make a belt loop that could be removed and slide on there, and as you can see, it holds onto the sheath very well. But this is kind of the the sheath that he wanted, so you can put this into a belt or sash, and that'll lock in there. And then you could also just be wearing this on your belt and put the knife in here if you want, or if you're getting in your car and don't want to wear it, you can take it off. It'll probably break in a little bit. I had some trouble getting it too loose, so you can see I had to kind of like sew it on the side, tighten it up. And then I added these little spiky bits here of leather just for decoration, and kind of be in keeping with the overall design and look of the knife. But yeah, something I probably would have never have done if left to my own devices. That's why custom builds can be a lot of fun, where it pushes me in a design direction that I might not otherwise go. So I think this is a great collaboration in terms of the design. Sometimes it's tough to kind of meet people's design expectations, but I think this one came out well. This is a kind of a knife that I'm surprised how well that I like, and I wish I was keeping it, but that's why I'm making this video. So its memory can kind of be shared in perpetuity, and I can always look back on it fondly. But he was also very specific about the weight requirements. Like, he wanted it to be a lightweight knife, so this thing comes in at right at a pound, I believe, maybe a couple ounces over. But you know, this is that 3/16 inch blade stock, 2 inches wide, 80 CRV2. 3/16 of an inch is a pretty good balance point between having enough mass to do some good chopping, and without the knife getting too thin, and then without it being a boat anchor. So for the guard, I did attempt to kind of forge in these shapes rather loosely. but you know, ended up doing the bulk of it on the grinder. But I did rough in the shape on the horn and the anvil, so that was cool, and actually made the design process a little bit easier because you know, it was really just a matter of cleaning it up. So it made the grinding process go a lot faster, and just sort of gave the design a more cohesive look. This is a piece of 1/4 inch flat stock, so I you know, hot chiseled through the center of it to fit the blade on there, isolated where I wanted the guard to be with my fulling tool, flatten this out, and then try to put the spikes in on the horn. I think it really works. Like, it looks good with the bird's head grip, fits the Bowie profile well. Well, that's all I got for you guys today. Appreciate you guys watching. If you want me to make you a custom knife, you can find my Etsy web store under Blackheart Forge. You can also message me through Facebook or Instagram, and we'll see if I can make you a knife that you're looking for. But as always, I appreciate the support. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, be more Viking.